These chairs are.
They're not.
Something.
Yeah, they're not. I mean,
I have to consciously have good
up.
posture here.
Yeah.
RP in the background, my man.
He did not wave to you.
Should I do like a? So Pat does this.
Did you know who that guy was? Because you gave him a strong wave and he did not respond to you.
We're currently renegotiating our lease with the landlord. He is our landlord, so you wave to those people heartily.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of This Week in Notarize, and they said we shouldn't bring anybody from finance on the show, but Myles?
Who said that? Let me find him. No, I'm just kidding. Here we are. Thanks for having me. This is really exciting. I thought I'd be the last person chosen in the entire organization. I thought you'd fly people in from other states.
This may be the last episode we do.
Yeah, this is, people love final episodes on particularly on social media. People always seem really excited about how great final episodes are. So here we are. This needs to be a chance for us to go with a bang. Yeah,
this is great. Max, I don't know if you can do this. You can cut me saying this, but you were a popular B-roll guest where we just saw your body, no head. And people love that.
No, anytime you can have a co-op videotape you without your consent, it's really great. Particularly when you're not even standing near cameras. I was over by the window, but it was good content.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, today we're talking about Notarize as a business. So I think we've gotten up here in the last 9 episodes, and we've talked about external facing things we're doing, whether it be big customer announcements, whether it be the things we're working on for customer experience. But today we're talking about inside the company, the guts of the company. How do we make what we do a business? And I thought it'd be a super interesting episode to have Myles on here, talk about what he's found most interesting. You've been here for about a year.
Yeah.
Super exciting times.
Time flies.
Time flies.
It's been a wild year.
Yeah. What have you found most interesting about the business so far?
I would say the thing I find most interesting about Notarize are sort of the multiple lines of business we have where we're trying to sell to one-time retail users that are, never going to come back. But then we also have businesses that can do hundreds and thousands of transactions a month with us that, are 5 to 10 minute notarizations. But then we also have other, incredibly important transactions with people's, homes and real estate closings and 401ks and withdrawals and things like that. So we're dealing with all different types of transactions. The addressable market is way larger than I gave it credit for when I first started. Pat and others gave me the talk about, but then you get in here and you see what we're actually doing notarizations for, and there's the use cases are endless. So that's really exciting, but it also presents some unique opportunities, and I guess I'm not sure challenges is the right word, but we really need to lean in and focus on what should we go after next, because I think early on, it's easy to go after everything that comes inbound and think that the world is your oyster. You can go after all. Every day a new use case comes in that you're like, oh, I didn't know I had to notarize that. Yeah. And that's after doing a pretty deep addressable market analysis, and there's still stuff that pops up, hundreds and hundreds of transactions. So that's what's exciting, but it keeps us on our toes.
Yeah.
I think last week there was a great example of a customer that came in, downloaded the Ron book, right? Yep. Came in, downloaded the Ron book. They couldn't have read the whole thing before they came out to us, but they must have looked at it a little bit.
It's a great book.
It is, with the new version. The title version's great too. So they come in and they basically have a use case from we need to do 500 to 1,000 notarizations this month. And we got it over to Neb, who's in sales. He closed it in a day. They embedded with an API with, I think, Easy Link within another day or two. And they had an onboarding call with Jack, who's one of our CSMs. And now they're up and running. And I think they've done like 100 in the last 24 hours, some insane number where it's that's how easy it can be to get up and running with this trend. 2 weeks ago, it's likely they did not know that you could even do notarizations online. And now they've totally transformed their business. So there's a lot of use cases like that where we continue to be amazed.
Yeah. I think one of the things that you talked a lot about is focus, right? Yeah. So today we're super excited because Brian Mirek, if we put his face here, that'd be cool. We could do that. Brian. Yeah. So he just joined us from Log Me In as our VP of Sales. And I think your comment spot on about being what are the 10 to 15 things, use cases we can be really good at and only going after that, and then really doubling down on what our go-to-market strategy is on the business side and how we serve all these different industries, from insurance to wealth management to even virtual mail providers, all of these different use cases that we've seen come up be really impactful for us. One of the things I wanted to ask you about is, I think different than SaaS companies we've worked at, where there seems to be an industry with a use case and you go in and you know the size and like there's a fair amount of repeatability there. We probably don't have more than like 4 customers that look alike. In terms of
100%.
like their company, what they look like as a company, maybe the document that they need to get notarized is the same, but from like a medical records company to a NASCAR affiliated racetrack that needs to get you to fill out a power of attorney to go and ride a car under 18 years old. And
that's a good use case.
Those
that's
are great.
real. Yeah.
But like talk about just right now, the predictability is in the document, not in the company, which I think is interesting too.
Yeah, or the volume, right?
Yeah,
like we're in a place where, a large percent of our revenue is entirely transactional. So straight up SaaS company, you get your ARR SaaS and you throw some software services in the beginning of that and you're off to the races, right?
Yeah.
With us, we could sign the biggest customer in the world, but if we're not effective at onboarding and getting them up and running through the success team and integrations team and other teams, we just, it's hard to predict the revenue. So as everybody wants to be predictable. You want to, in my role, build a financial model where it's like, we're going to come in within 5% or whatever of this number that I'm saying.
Yeah. I think the last thing I wanted to talk to you about, end of 2019, it's wild.
Sure.
We have 1 quarter left in the year. We have our big conference, a real estate conference in Miami. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, do that now. Notarize.com/rewired. Can we just keep pointing and like maybe Max will put some stuff in here, hopefully. Yeah, otherwise we're just pointing at some shoes. But feels like there's a lot of great momentum at Notarize. And I said this a little bit with Pat when he was talking about Guarantee Rate. We announced as a customer. Huge. Guarantee Rate as a customer, they've been massive, one of the biggest lenders in the country. We have our big conference. Bring in Brian. Brian just started today. He's on board. Just feels like the wheels are turning. Can you talk about like what you're most excited about from like an opportunity standpoint going into next year?
Yeah, so obviously the conference is really exciting. We're getting tremendous attendance from over 100 different companies now. There's some crazy sign-up number where our Slack channel is popping off, numerous times a day. So as the finance guy who is counting things, the numbers are looking really good. The attendance is really good. We have some great sponsors. Everyone's really excited about it. So that's one thing, everyone's excited about that. But for me personally, the ability to build our business without a real massive, mature go-to-market engine has been, you don't hear that a lot. But because we've been able to get so sticky, we have such a strong, sort of customer success and notary operations organization. Our customers are just continuing to use our product more and more as time goes on. So as the laws pass and the back end of the product is able to handle different types of transactions and the acceptance of what we do gets larger and larger, it's just going to be it seems like it's going to be hopefully a tumbleweed rolling down a hill, gaining steam. And that's just sort of something that's going to be fun to be here to watch and hopefully let the creative smart people of this company keep things moving and I can stay out of the way and count the numbers and have everything go well.
But you did well on this episode. I'd say.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I feel like, Careful around Max. He could be recording all of this.
This is all B footage.
Please record it.
Max, are you recording?
This is.
Oh, he is recording.
Yeah.
It's The Office. I'm Jim. We're like talking, and then I just.
Did you say opioids? What'd you say?
Oakleys.
Oh, Oakleys.
Do
Custom.
you have a cord attached to your headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm something.
Man, this B-roll is fire. Honestly, put me on
I
the
don't
show.
think the cameras are on.
There. Put me the fuck on the show. But what questions are you gonna ask me when I'm on the show?
Kevin, we're actually gonna have like a segment called Hot Deals with Kevin Murphy.
What are you excited about the sales pipeline right now? All right, let's go. Let's do this.